Ladies and gentlemen, day one of the Houston Texan OTA camp is officially in the books. And by day one, I mean open to the media. We get to see highlights, we get to see footage, and it is getting exciting because football is basically back. So in this video, what we're going to do is break down some of these highlights. I'm going to show you the good, the bad, all the news, the notes, the highlights, the observations from today's practice. Before we dive into the video though, do me a big time favor and go follow all of the Texans media members on X or Twitter because guys, they're going to keep you guys updated before I can even post these videos. All credit to them. Without them, it's impossible to make these videos, so go give them a follow, and let's dive into today's practice. Now, with Tank Dell projected to be out all of this season, they went out here and added a bunch of new weapons for CJ Stroud. Going into last year, you know, they had some injuries. Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, that wide receiver room was pretty much gutted, you know, throughout the season. So this year, what they did was just add players, right? You got Nico, you still have John Mechie, you bring in Christian Kirk coming over from Jacksonville, you draft JAYDEN Higgins in the second round, you draft his teammate in Jaylin Noel in the third round, right? You also signed Justin Watson from Kansas City with that championship pedigree. You also add Braxton Berrios, another reliable wide receiver that can play in the slot if you need him to. If you have more injuries, plug him in, you'll be fine, right? You still have Xavier Hutchinson, the 6th round draft pick as well, and then from there, Johnny Johnson, Jared Wayne, Xavier Johnson, Daniel Jackson. They have guys in this wide receiver room that could make a really big difference. Right there you see Jared Wayne, you see Nico Collins, and all these guys are putting in work. Right here you see number 88, I believe that's Johnny Johnson III. Who else is up here? Looks like John Mechie right here. John Mechie putting in work, looking really quick. Okay, he's looking really quick. Love to see that. Here's another one from 89. This is, I believe, this is Xavier Johnson. I want to see some of these rookies, man. There's 82, so that's Jaylin Noel right there. He looks quick, explosive, in and out of his cuts. Here's 85, who is Daniel Jackson, a UDFA free agent wide receiver. And then obviously Nico Collins here. The only one I didn't see in that was JAYDEN Higgins. But ultimately, good start to practice here. Yeah, that's Jared Wayne right there. So ultimately, wide receivers going through some drills. All right, here's some more wide receivers running routes, more Nico Collins, JAYDEN Higgins, more guys getting really activated. I'm so excited about this wide receiver room this year. I think CJ Stroud finally has, you know, a variety of different weapons to add different things to this football team. I think it's going to be very fun to see. JAYDEN Higgins wearing number 81, Jaylin Noel wearing number 82 out there. Those guys are really starting to fit in and build rapport with the quarterbacks right now. There's number 85. That is Daniel Jackson once again. But real quickly, I want you guys to comment down below 2 players on each side of the football that you're really excited to see. There's JAYDEN Higgins out right there, big-bodied wide receiver. Who are 2 players on each side of the ball that you're really excited for this season and potentially think that they can break out and be a star for this football team. Let me know what you guys think. Let's dive back in. All right, got to see more from the defensive line. Will Anderson, right? You got a bunch of guys that are just going to be difference makers. Tim Settle, you got Folu Fadukasi, you got Danielle Hunter out here working. Sheldon Rankins, Mario Edwards. They bring in Darrell Taylor from Chicago. You got Danico Autry. I'm telling you, this defensive line is going to be one of the most fierce ones in the NFL. They were last year, and they will continue to be this season as well. I just really excited about how these guys are going to continue to, you know, work every single day. Let's go. All right, we got some more stretching period out of the defensive backs. You see Derek Stingley. You see, you know, Kalen Bullock. You see Kamari Lassiter. You see Jalen Petrie, Jalen Smith, Jalen Reed. They got a bunch of guys in here. New guys as well. Tremont Smith, CJ Gardner-Johnson. Also, let me know in the comments, who's wearing number 2 this year? Who's wearing number 2 for this team this year? They have a couple of different guys that don't have numbers assigned to them on the roster that I'm seeing. CJ Gardner-Johnson, Tremont Smith, and Kadrain Callaghan are 3 guys that don't really have numbers right now in the secondary. Who is that wearing number 2? Looks like a really big type of corner. Is it Kalen Bullock? Did he switch his number to 2? Not really too sure, but it looks like that is potentially what happened. It looks like Kalen Bullock to me. So let me know what you guys think about this DB room. Some of these guys, man. You see Miles Bryant wearing number 27 there. There's Tremont Smith, I believe, wearing 30. No, that's Jaylin Smith wearing number 30. Let's go, man. All right, here we go. Some Christian Kirk getting out here. I believe he's wearing number 13 still. Here's the first look at Christian Kirk. Now, real quickly, before we get any further into some more highlights, news, notes, analysis from today's practice, guys, hit the like button if you haven't already done so. Helps out the channel so much. And comment down below P2 if you want me to cover every single practice throughout the entirety of OTAs. Right from there, we got mandatory minicamp, we got training camp, we got everything covered for you guys. And lastly, most importantly, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to join the family. And like I said, we got you guys covered every single practice throughout the entirety of this offseason and then preseason, regular season, breaking down some film. Let's go, man. We are getting into the swing of things. Football season is right around the corner, and this is the place to be. All right, here's a look of CJ Stroud kind of warming up before practice, getting a little bit of, band work in with some resistance. CJ Stroud's in for a big year, right? Last year they struggled at times, didn't really get to where they wanted to go. But man, they have all the tools that you want in that bag now. This team is set up for a really good season. Now, the biggest question mark among this football team right now has to be the offensive line. Now, here's a look of Jarrett Patterson snapping the ball to CJ Stroud a little bit. You also have Cam Robinson, who slotted in to potentially be that day one starting left tackle. You also have Ariante Irsay, the second-round pick as well from this NFL draft at left tackle. Those guys are probably going to be battling it out this offseason or this training camp period and mini camp and OTAs. And at left guard, you got Titus Howard. You also signed Laken Tomlinson as a really good depth addition. You have Jarrett Patterson as a former 6th-round draft pick, but also bring in Jake Andrews, formerly of the New England Patriots. At right guard, you have Drew Scruggs. You have Ed Ingram, who they brought over from Minnesota, another former Minnesota player coming over here to Houston. From there, you got Blake Fisher at right tackle, a former 2nd-round pick, and then Trent Brown as well. Now, what I see when I look at this offensive line room is, man, depth, and potential. These guys have a lot of it, and again, I think this year's offseason is going to be fun because of all that competition that these guys are going to bring. Practice is going to be intense this year. Now, ultimately, wanted to show you a bunch of these highlights and clips. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the family, turn on post notifications for more of these updates throughout the entirety of this year's offseason. And let me know, who are you most excited to see in the coming weeks and months as we head into mandatory minicamp, and then ultimately the start of training camp is right around the corner. My eyes are going to be on this wide receiver room. Jaylin, Noel, and JAYDEN Higgins, man. Can these guys contribute on day one? I think so. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you in the next update. Should be maybe tomorrow, but definitely next week or maybe this weekend. I'm going to get another one out to you guys, so I'll see you then. Peace.